I do wind it down with this for us tonight. There was a lady in the assemblies. Her name is Beth Grant. Beth Grant is maybe a name you've never heard of. She would be probably a lesser known hero, but I tell her story, and sometimes her story is she has a PhD. You know, she could probably be comfy in a university somewhere in our church and be quite fine, but she would go to the brothels in India. And she would work before human trafficking, if you've heard that term, basically women that are being used for bad things. There was a time that wasn't paid as attention to, and it really became a big cause to rescue those women. But before that really became a big cause, she was doing it. She was going into India and she was rescuing these women and sometimes paying for their freedom, working with these folks. And I said that the story goes that she would go back with the madams, the former madams there, and they would be the most passionate. They got saved, and they were wanting to rescue these other girls and deliver them. And in that darkness, God brought about a light through a lady who was willing to minister. She nurtured the women that were brought out of that, who had a lot of times had diseases, who were sick and broken in their minds. The Lord used her in that. And she was able to see so many of them saved and won up to and brought up into the church in India, and praise God for that. And then she would, and one other thing I'll mention about her, you know, when it become more popular to try to work on human trafficking, a lot of times the government leaders, the other organizations say, yeah, you're doing a really good work, Beth, but you really need to kind of cut down on the God thing. You need to cut down on the Jesus thing. And she said, that's the whole point of it. You can't cut it down just so you get more money coming in. You've got to lift him up first. And she wouldn't compromise. She wouldn't do it. And I believe people like that, they deserve our honor and our thanks for what they do. And I just want to remind us that those people in the background, the Lord is using them. And we want to pray for those to be raised up.